Hey everybody, so before the video starts, I'd like to just give a quick explanation as to where I've been for the past few months. And what I mean by that, for those of you who don't know, is that I haven't really posted a proper video in well, 3 months, as you can see here. And the reason for that is just because I was really lazy when it came to editing this video. Because for context, I recorded this all the way back in January of this year, and I would just constantly put off editing and be like, ah, I can just do it tomorrow or over the weekend, and then that weekend turn to the next weekend, and then the next, and then the next, until eventually we get to the point where I've only really done the bulk of the editing in the past few days as of the time I'm recording this. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I've been for the past 3 months. I haven't really had anything major happen. I've just been really lazy. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll try and get these videos on a more consistent upload schedule. I'm gonna try and get them uploaded every Saturday or Sunday, once a week. So pretty much just try to expect a video once a week on the weekend. Yeah, I kind of just repeated myself. Don't know when I did that, but yeah. So hope you enjoyed the video. Also, this is the first video where I'm going to be using the brand new headphones I got back in Christmas, the ones I'm using right now. So that's why the audio quality is going to sound different than the last two videos. Alright, enjoy the video. Hello everybody, an Optimistic Nihilist here, and we're going to be playing some more Hearts of Iron 4, Road to 56 today. And we're going to be playing as Venezuela in this episode here. Video, whatever. So if you don't know the whole deal with Venezuela, and if you can tell by the modifiers here, the main thing is that it's a pretty oil-rich country, like massive oil deposits or storage or whatever, and they pretty much used that throughout the, I don't remember the years, it was like a couple decades ago, they mainly used that to build up their economy, but it ended up kind of going south when they only used that for their economy, like they centered their economy around it, and they ended up making some pretty bad decisions along with some other things, and it's pretty much one of the worst places you could live today. It's broke, it's crime infested, and all that. I'm not too sure. I don't really know the whole thing about Venezuela entirely. What we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to become communist as Venezuela here, and I guess along the way we're also going to try and reform Gran Colombia, which is something you can do. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so to become a communist is Venezuela, what we're gonna have to do is recognize the ARDI and then just go down this tree, fight a civil war right here on this focus, and then we're just gonna have to empower the PCV, and then we're communist, so it's pretty short. But we can obviously keep going down here and do whatever this stuff is. I'm assuming we can like form some kind of communist alliance, which I might actually do instead of Gran Colombia. I guess we'll see what happens. So one of the things that you'll pretty much immediately notice about Venezuela is that it has, well, a lot of oil, like a lot of oil. And as I said before, this is pretty close to real life, but this is also a good thing because, as you can see on our trade here, we're actually exporting a lot of our oil, which gives us more civilian factories than we have ourselves. So yeah, we're actually getting 9 civilian factories, which is definitely going to help. Although I have found that pretty much immediately the AI does switch over to other trade partners and I lose them, so that's unfortunate to say the least. So I guess we'll just make do with what we have, or like make the most of them while they last, or however you would say it. And as I have predicted, yeah, we just went from 11 factories to 6, so we just lost a whole bunch of trade. Alright, so the focus is done. ARDI forces are they are revolting, yada yada yada, despite the advantage, full-blown civil war. And with that, we are now at civil war. We have pretty much the middle of the country, while the other guys, the authoritarian ones, they have the like the north and the south, I guess. So I just hope I don't lose, pretty much, although I don't really see how I can with all these units. Alright, so it's been a few months, and things are going pretty well so far with the war. I have them trapped in a few pockets here. Their capital is left all alone. I've pretty much just been doing good at this point. Take a look. There's actually been only a few hundred casualties so far, and even then, it's not even over 200, so in general, things are going pretty well. Okay, so I just won after I took their capital. That was right here. This army here took their capital. Yeah. So I won, which is nice. Means I am. Oh yeah, right. I'm Democratic now. Forgot to read about that. But when this focus gets done, I am going to empower the PCV here. All right, so I've completed the focus, and the PCV has now seized power. Immense support from the peasant and worker population. Yada yada yada. Majority in the RD. Something something. Nationalized oil reserves and run by the workers. And with that, if we just close this, yep, we're communists now, and we are also now the People's Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, and that's a pretty cool flag. I got to be honest. A red chicken, which isn't really what I actually don't know if that's a chicken or not. I can't really tell. It's some kind of weird bird, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm also planning to invade Colombia because as you can see here on the focus tree, eventually we can get down to pretty much just puppeting a bunch of other South American countries and all that. And so I'm just preparing for Colombia because it's the easiest, honestly. I'm actually conflicted on who I should get as one of my my spies here because this guy has the cool shades. This guy's wearing a suit with the bow tie, and I just chose him. But okay. The other guy had a really cool hat, if you couldn't tell, but I guess Mr. Suit over here is my first spy. All right, so I know I was kind of like debating with myself over which agent I should get, and I ended up choosing Mr. Suit guy here. But turns out I can get the exact same guy a second time. So that's pretty useful, honestly. So here it is. Well, I mean, it's not exactly useful, but I mean, I get two suit guys who look exactly the same. So yeah, let's go with this. I think it's nice, honestly, having my my spies dressed all classy like. Okay, so I don't really know what this is. I guess this is just an event that they didn't fill in properly. Uh, I don't. This one doesn't really have anything. Uh, I assume does it have something to do with this or not? Because if it doesn't, then I don't really know what. Um, I mean, this one gives base stability, so I guess I'll just do that. Okay then. Alright, so I finally got this focus done, which means I can go to war with Colombia now, which I think I prepared pretty nicely for, so all I really have to do is just go here, declare war, puppet, and we're at war now. Okay, so the war's been going pretty well, especially since I just got encirclement about right here on this little place there, and I don't remember the casualties they had before, but they now have like almost 32,000 dead, and I have only like 7,000 dead, so yeah, things are just going pretty well, and I'm also going after the capital, which is going well for the most part. Alright, so after losing a good few thousand men, we've finally managed to reach their capital of Bogota, however you pronounce it. But yeah, they're still gonna fight on, but I mean, if we take a look here, they're pretty close to capitulation, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely lost a lot of men trying to take the capital, but in the end, I think it's gonna be worth it. Oh, okay, I guess we just took all their victory points then, so I guess I just have to wait a few seconds. Or until the new day, since that's when it happens, so. Yep, just had to wait a few seconds. Alright, so I guess I'll just keep on going. Colombia has capitulated, war continues elsewhere. Okay, so now I actually have to figure out what parts of the country I want. So, Alright, I'm gonna think this over for a minute. Alright, so I eventually decided on this little arrangement. I just took this northern thing here and puppeted the rest of them, although I am taking their resources though. Yeah, see, you can see both the aluminum and the rubber and the steel goes to goes to me. Kind of annoying how they still have a better military industry than I do by like 5 factories, but then again they only have 2 civilian factories, so I guess it kind of balances out. And I also stole their navy as well because having a big navy is nice. So I guess at this point I'm just going to pretty much move on to the rest of South America, like Peru and Argentina and Brazil and all the other places. I guess I'll go with Peru next because they border Colombia right now, or the Colombian Socialist Republic as they're now called. So I'll just get back to you when I'm ready to do that. Okay, so I got the focus done for taking Peru, but the thing I kind of just realized is that they actually have an air force, unlike Colombia, which is way bigger than mine, and also is more than just fighters. So something tells me that's gonna make this a lot more difficult than it was dealing with Colombia. But I mean, hey, I'm still confident that I can win this, so let's just go ahead and do the thing. Uh, Colombia doesn't actually have an army, so I'm just gonna go on without them, because I don't really want them to die. Okay, so I'm kind of an idiot for not realizing this, but I actually can't attack because I can't move my troops through like a neutral country, which means I actually do have to call them in. So let's just get to that. And I'm assuming... Yep, now I can go. Okay, so apart from that minor little idiot moment of mine, I still think this is going to go pretty well. You have got to be fucking kidding me. Okay, well, they just joined the Allies, and actually, now that I think about it, okay, yeah, all the Allies are kind of preoccupied right now, so, yeah, but if I get invaded, I guess that's GG. It was a good run. I managed to get Colombia under my control. Well, at least the Soviets are willing to help me out with this. Alright, so keep in mind at this point, it's only been like a few days in game time. And, Netherlands are already invading us. I do have these guys on it, though. I'm just hoping they don't take the capital, because that would not be fun to deal with. Yeah, something tells me that this isn't going to end, great for me. Something tells me, just a hunch. Okay, so the UK, they might have pushed a little bit into my territory here, but that's okay. I mean, it isn't because they're kind of invading me, but on the bright side, I don't really see where their troops are, which actually, now that I think about it, is a pretty bad thing since I don't know where they're coming from now. Since, actually, let me check real quick. Yeah, authoritarian and, okay. Well, honestly, I probably should have gone for either Argentina or Brazil, since they aren't democratic, and so probably wouldn't have joined the, the Allies. And just as I thought I might be able to push them out, they naval invaded me. And they are dangerously close to the capital. Yeah, I already got people moving there. But yeah, the moment I start to actually push them out, they just immediately send more guys. This is just not going well for me, which is sucky to say the least. Okay, so I've actually managed to push the European guys out of their little colonies down here, which is a lot more than I thought I would honestly do, and I'm also recovering my manpower since I bumped up the conscription law over here. Moved a little bit further down to Peru, so honestly things are going way better than I thought. I've still got these guys over here annoying me, but I have a unit defending it and they're doing a pretty good job. In terms of stuff going on in Europe, not much has changed. Well, I mean, Albania managed to overrun Greece and also took Athens, and Germany also took their own little chunk down here. Don't really know what else to say. Things are going a lot better than I thought. I'm not losing. And I've also been working on building up the Communist Party in Brazil over here, just because why not, honestly. Well, I've never seen this happen before, and I honestly don't know how to feel about it. I mean, the whole South Africa bit definitely fits more now that they have all this, but then again, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I don't like it. I don't approve. Alright, so I guess if I needed even more of a roadblock to the whole taking South America, well, I just got it since the Treaty of La Plata. I don't really know who enacted that or whatnot, but um, yeah, as you might be able to tell, this kinda takes a lot of countries away from my possible alliance, except Chile, for some reason. Fortunately, though, they actually are somebody that I can try and, get into my sphere, so I'm gonna have to go for them, honestly. So, the US have joined the Allies, which means I also have to fight against them, which is definitely a more prominent threat considering the fact that they kinda, have all this. Okay, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a problem, for me. Especially considering the fact that Peru is still somehow holding out down here, which is just annoying. I don't want to die, please. I actually managed to turn this around and I don't want it to go right back to me almost dying. That would really suck. Alright, so after a really long time, and, the help of a few cheats, Peru has finally capitulated, which is definitely pretty nice. I still have to take care of this little pocket, and they've also kind of been invading my puppet here. Uh, but yeah, Peru is dead, and I mean, honestly, for the most part, I don't really know what to do now, since, I mean, Brazil has a whole lot of troops, and then they would join the Allies, and then they would push through, and yeah, I don't really, um, I'm honestly not too sure what to do right now. I mean, my faction is here, but they're part of it. Oh, yeah, right, they can't join the Allies, they already have that. So, I don't really know what to do right now. I think maybe I'll just stop here. Honestly, I mean, it's been like, what, 2-3 weeks since I've posted a video, and I've been recording this over the span of a few days because my computer runs really slow. So, yeah, not exactly the most climactic ending. I only really took up 2 countries, and that, I mean, I didn't get invaded and destroyed immediately when the US joined, so I'd consider that a pretty cool achievement. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't really blame anybody for disliking the video at this point, since this is pretty boring. But yeah, see you next time.